inch by 2-inch tubing I bent to match the shape of the fender by cutting relief cuts, as you can see, and then rewelded the relief cuts to return the strength and hold the shape of the fender. It's held in place by a piece of flat bar on the bottom right here, and held on top with a piece of metal plate bolted to the framework, as can be seen in this picture right here. As you can see, there it is, the black piece right there. So it also it supports the fender as it's widened, and it'll support the weight of the cab as well. This is the amount that I widened the fenders by. In these pictures you can also see the cab being mounted on top. The framework as it sits on top of the 1x2 that surrounds the fender. Here we have some pictures of the cab as it's sitting in place here as I mock up the framework for the cab support. The cab is made out of a Jeep CJ, and I had to modify the door slightly so it would fit properly. Right here in this picture is where I'll be mounting storage boxes, one on either side of the cab. So it's pictures of the box right here, and they'll bolt up to the framework as well. As you can see, it's being made on right here, held in place by vice grips. And this is the one on the other side, had to be modified because of the hydraulic hoses that run down from one of the joysticks. So you used welding blankets to keep the sparks off the vehicle, as there was a new vehicle at this time. And again, they had to keep putting the cab on top so we could form the framework to match the shape of the Jeep cap. So right here now is just some more pictures of how the framework worked out and held things in place. I used the Canadian steel for the structural parts, and the stud work and whatnot in between. The smaller stuff, the rusted stuff, as you can see, is the Chinese steel that the Honda side-by-sides were shipped in, the crates that they were made up of. So as you carry on here now is more pictures of the framework, and you can see where I had to cut the metal to fit the shape of the door. Right here on the inside I framed it up to match the ROP so I wouldn't have to remove the rollover protection, because the structure of the cab itself wouldn't be strong enough in case of a rollover. So it's more pictures right here now of the framework, and as I had to cut it to fit, it was a lot of going back and forth, putting it on, taking it off, but manufacturing things, that's what's required when you're fabricating something from scratch. All in all, it worked out pretty good, I think. It's like I said, there was a lot of going back and forth. Used the welding blanket, also used the mat from an old Caravan there, anything to keep the sparks off the plastic and the paintwork. So just carry on here, and it was same thing. As you can see, she's much the same, just multiple pictures. This was the cap. You can see the piece right there that I had to cut off to make the door vertical. This is a door off front of a cab over bus, and this here is a mid-70s Datsun heater that I took apart and cleaned up for the use in the tractor. They have a unique unit. It's all one piece and mounts on a transmission hump underneath the dash. The only thing comes through the firewall are the two heater hoses. Now this is the picture of the fender in place, and you can see here the 1x2 as it rolls around. Now it is a picture of the Jeep cap after I had it painted. This is just a picture of the tractor after I had the tires net put back on. I had to use it for something, so I had to put it back together. Now here's the boxes that's going to be going underneath the step for storage. And here she is in the garage with the cap set on and the LED lights mounted in the front. And paint the inside all painted up in that. So it's, she's coming around quite nicely, as you can see. There's the blinkers and the driving lights and the strobe lights. Again, like I say, in the interior pictures. And this is the panel board I use to mock up the front of the cab. And let's see here. Okay, here's the outside. But now I use metal to go between the Jeep cap and the fender. And these are the switches and lights from it. School bus that I'll clean up and use to control the different things on the tractor, such as the lights and whatnot. Well, that's about it there for this one.